In Norse mythology, Hela is one of the most powerful and mysterious figure. She is widely known as the goddess of death, and said to preside over an underworld realm Helheim. The person who didn't die in a battle, who died from an illness or age, is considered dishonorable by the gods, and end up in the realm of Helheim. Hela is a Jotun, and she is the daughter of the trickster Loki and the giantess Angerboda. She has two siblings, Jormungandr the serpent, and the wolf Fenrir. Loki is considered as demigod, because he is a half Jotun, and half Aesir. Hel has no status among the gods. Once the gods found that these three children of Loki are being brought up in the lands of Jotunheimr, and when the gods traced prophecies, that these siblings bring great mischief and disasters would arise. After the discovery, Odin threw Jormungandr into the deep sea, whereas Fenrir remained in Asgard with the gods, and Hela threw down from the sky into the depths of the underworld. Helheim is also called Hel, is surrounded by a tall fence, and the river Livegar flows right next to the entrance. The gates of Hel are called Corpse Gates, and they are located in the Nipa cave, where the dog named Garma guard and howls every time when new people arrived. Once the dead have arrived, they can never leave, and their world is damp, dark, cold and misty. Hel is not a place of punishment, it's simply the residence of the dead. The myth featuring Hel was the death of Balder. The tale have been among the most popular of the Viking Age. After the death of Balder at the hands of Loki, the gods are horrified and begin weeping, and then Frigg appears and asks for a volunteer to journey to Hel, to ask for the return of Balder's soul. The god Hermodr volunteers, and sets off to Hel's realm on the eight-legged horse Sleipnir, for 9 nights until he approaches the river of Hel. Hermodr arrives in Hel's hall, finds his brother Balder being honored and stays the night. The next morning, Hermodr tells Hel of his quest and asks her to grant it. Hel agrees to release Balder to the world of living on one condition, that if all the things in the world, living or dead, everything and everyone in the 9 realms must weep for him. All beings wept over his death, except the giantess Thok refused. Thok is actually Loki in one of his forms, resulting Balder to stay in Helheim until Ragnarok. Hel is a female Jotun, whose appearance could scare. She is beautiful on one side, and decayed on the other side of her face. The dual face of the nature is thought to reflect the two aspects of her character, her role as the goddess of the death, and her role as the guardian of the dead. Despite her beauty, Hel is often depicted as cold, distant and detached with a heart of ice, rather than evil like her portrayals in popular culture. She is sometimes accompanied by skeletal hound Garm, who also acts as the guard of the gates of Helheim. Hel is the Norse goddess of death ruling Niflheim, with an icy breath, where the souls of the dead was kept until the end of time in her realm.